Hey there, Taurus. This is Kara, and you found me at Tarot Just Because. And I'm back to do your reading for June 16th through the 30th of 2017. So this reading is going to be for everyone with their Ascendant Sun or Moon in the sign of Taurus. Cross watchers, you're welcome to join us also. That was Travis. Sorry. I'm not going to start over. He's been jumping up on the table for every reading. So cross watchers, you're also welcome to join us for this reading. You can also check this reading out if you have your Venus 7th house in Taurus, what have you, whatever suits you, go ahead and check it out. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the videos. Leave a comment. Let me know if it's resonating for you. Talk to each other. We're a super fun community. If you want to book a private reading with me, my email is in the description box below, but it's carolou32@gmail.com. You send me an email, we agree on a day and time, you send your payment via the PayPal link that is also in the box below for the reading length of your choice, and we will do a reading either by phone or by Skype. I will do video reads and send you the link, but I prefer to connect with you. So I'll do them, but they're just not my favorite. All right, so we're doing something totally different this time. I'm doing love readings. So, and I know I just recently said, I think in some of my videos, that I don't do specific love readings on YouTube or career readings. For a private reading, I'll do whatever you want. But for YouTube, I've just been doing general so that whatever messages are supposed to come in. But I was just feeling like doing love readings this time, so that's what we're going to do. I'm using a different deck for these readings. So I'm using the Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Queen Moon Law. And then for your overall advice message to cap the reading, I've been saying it in every video. If you can't beat them, join them. We're doing the Doreen Virtue Angels Oracle, Romance Angels Oracle cards. So we're going to go ahead and join the rest of the tarot world and use some little Doreen Virtue for you guys for this reading. Okay, so if you'll bear with me, I just want to take a minute or two to describe the spread, okay? If you don't want to listen to this intro, I know it's a little longer than usual. You can just forward until you see me holding up a card. That's your indicator that the reading has begun. But this is kind of a unique love spread. So what I've got here is a card that represents you and what's going on in the physical world, in the conscious mind right now. And I've also got a card for the other in the same position. So the other can be your committed partner. It can be somebody that you're just kind of crushing on or chatting to. It can also be somebody that you have not yet met but are divinely connected to on a deeper level. We also have a card for each one of you, for you and for the other, and what's going on a deeper level, on a soul level right now. So what's happening underneath in the subconscious mind, if you will. Then we have a card for the status of the relationship right now, and then where the relationship is heading, and then we will use the oracle card to cap the reading and give an overall message or piece of advice, okay? So Taurus, let's just get started without further ado. In the physical world, what's going on for you right now? You guys have the Two of Wands in the upright. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. The signs don't own the card. They just impart energies upon the card, but you may be dealing with one of these signs. So this is you not wanting to make a decision. There's a decision to make, and you really don't like either option. It's a little bit of a stalemate. You're kind of digging in your heels. I don't want to choose. I don't like either one of those choices. I'm just going to do nothing right here. I'm just going to stand and stare out into the abyss and space out a little bit until I figure out what I want to do, because frankly, I'm not liking either option. What's going on for the other person in the material world right now? Well, it's similar in a way, actually. They've got the Lovers in the upright. Could be a Gemini or somebody just with these characteristics at this time. Could just be that this energy is imparted upon the situation at this time. The Lovers card also talks about choices. It really talks more about needing to make a decision between the head and the heart. This card does urge the querent, or in your case, the other. It does encourage this person to actually go with their heart as opposed to their head right now, but more so it talks about that this person really ought to go with their intuition, okay? They ought to look within, so I'm curious to see what their soul card has to say. But you guys are both needing to make a decision right now. It could be a decision about different things. If we're talking to committed couples, you could, your relationship could be the decision. So let's keep looking. For you, on a deeper level, on a soul level right now, what's happening? Got the Page of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so deep down in the subconscious mind, or your higher self, I should say, is not pleased about some sort of information that came through that led you to this choice. So something is going to come through in the near future, or maybe already has some sort of message, some sort of communication that you are not pleased with. You and your higher self are very connected at this time, because what's happening for you in the physical world is a direct reflection of what's going on a deeper level, okay? Or I should say it's a direct result. All right, so something came in, some sort of nasty communication, could be with a fire sign, or you could have a lot of fire in your chart. So real nasty communication coming through, harsh words, passive aggressive type communication can be text messaging, emailing, that kind of thing. It's not necessarily direct and forthright and honest, and it's not information that comes through for your highest good. This person is not saying, you know, I need to sit you down and tell you something that you're really not going to like, but by the end of the conversation, you know it was for your good. It's not like that. It's petty, it's nasty, it's icky, it's not good. So no wonder you're not moving forward with a decision, because you just don't like this situation, okay? For the other person, and if you're single and just chatting to somebody or crushing on somebody, you can use this reading to gain some insight into what they may be going through that you don't even know about, because maybe you're not close enough to be aware of everything that is going on with them right now. So keep that in mind. And again, for those who have not yet met, this is just to give you an idea of what that person may be experiencing in life right now, so that when you do happen to meet them, maybe you can recognize them better. So on a soul level, for the other person, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, so they're getting ready to make a decision. They have a decision to make between head and heart. They have taken a time out. The Hanged Man in the upright is having taken a time out, but being ready to come out of that, to come back into the world and to make some sort of choice, make some sort of move. They've gathered some sort of important knowledge while they were taking their time out. On a soul level, they were able to really dig deep, be very honest with themselves. This combination here of what's happening in the physical world and what's happening on the soul level, this is very harmonious. This is this person listening to their intuition, learning from their mistakes, learning from the situation that they're in, and gaining some real grounded insight into what they want to do next, okay? So what is the status of the relationship right now? Let's talk to couples first. If you're already coupled, it looks like we have a timeout coming up, okay? One of you, and it looks like from the look of the cards, it could be either one of you. In fact, you could be fed up with this nonsense that's going on. Maybe you're completely unaware of this spiritual shift that your partner is going through. It seems like they're off. It seems like they're not being themselves. They were that Hanged Man, so they were taking a time out from you. Maybe you didn't understand why. You're pissed, and now you're ready to take a time out, okay? Or if you are very aware of what's been going on between the two of you, this is where perhaps they come to you and say, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I'm really sure about this decision, and I know that it's best for me, and I am wanting to take a time out from this relationship. And it sees you saying, you know what, fine, fuck you. You know, I hate to say that in a love reading, but that is kind of what this looks like. They look very sure of their stance on things, and you look a little more kind of caught up in the disappointment of it. You might be pissed at them. Taurus, this is your reading, and so I don't want to say to you, hey, you're the one that's not grounded, but we all go through that from time to time, and at the moment you are showing up as being kind of fed up, definitely emotional, and not necessarily in a good way, not liking what you've seen so far, not understanding. On a lighter note, on a happier note, it could be that you say, all right, I've been pissed. I haven't been understanding what you've been going through, but thank you for sitting down and explaining it to me. I can see that you are really coming from a good place, that you have this relationship's best interest at heart. And so, you know what, if we need a timeout, then let's take a timeout. So that's what I see the possibilities for couples, trying to cover all the possible situations, okay? If this is somebody that you're just dating, chatting to, crushing on, this is things kind of coming to a little bit of a pause, okay? We've got the timeout card as the status of the relationship. That's definitely a pause. And it could be because, again, they came to you and said, you know, I need to let you know that I've been really going through a lot. And that's why my communication has been off. Maybe I've seemed distant or even cold, or non-responsive, shallow in my communication with you, and for that I'm sorry, but I've really been going through this major thing. I mean, the other person here in this reading has two major arcanas, okay, for what's happening in the physical world and on a soul level. So it could be that they say, you know, I really like you and talking with you, but I don't know if I can move forward with this at this moment. Now, this is a temporary timeout, folks, okay? It's not permanent, all right? So where is the relationship heading? Well, pick your poison. People read this card many different ways. For me, it depends on the other cards that are coming up in the spread, but the Seven of Cups, water energies, our emotions, our connection to our emotions, if we're looking at this spread, because we do look at two human beings and how they are reacting to life on a conscious level and on a subconscious level. So the Seven of Cups can talk about illusions, deceptions. It can. And so if this is the relationship taking a pause, and then we are led to more deception or confusion, it could be that going forward, while you're sitting in this timeout, you're kind of freaking out and stressing about it, the both of you. Okay, they may know that they had to deliver a truth to you that might have been somewhat painful, even though they were coming from a good place. You're a little all over the place right now, not wanting to make a decision. It looks like the decision may have been forced upon you. That could just lead to even further confusion with the Seven of Cups. Now, on the upside, I do read this card multiple ways. Like I said, this can be having many options. The Seven of Cups talks about having many, many options. Look at them like looking up at that pie in the sky, you know, that like perfect little home up in the clouds. Okay, it's kind of romantic, really. So it can be that here comes Travis. It can be that a break is taken, and then moving into the future after having taken that break, taken some time to think, to feel, to process, you could come to a place where you guys are like, okay, let's try this again. We have a lot of options here. You know, maybe you live at a distance and, you know, you start talking about moving to the same city, or one of you moving to be closer to the other. The options could be, you know what, maybe we need to just make the next move, dive in and move in together. Maybe we need to get engaged. You know, I'm not trying to be all ooey gooey with you guys, but that is a possibility, because the Seven of Cups, especially for me, absolutely talks about having a lot of options, okay? So there is not just one way to skin a cat in this relationship, okay? So this is actually, it's a plus, depending on how you behave in the near future, how open-minded you can maybe be. You know, if you're not liking what this person delivered to you, Taurus, and they want to take a time out and you really feel slighted by that, then by all means, that's how you feel about it. And you don't need to move forward. For you, this could be like, you know what, it's just more illusions, it's just more deception, no thank you. But for some of you, this is a positive move, okay? Lots of options coming in the future if you're patient and allow this relationship to take its time out, okay? So, for those of you who have not yet met, all the same stuff, but just when I talk about the other person, this is just giving you a sneak peek at what they might be going through, so that if you do meet somebody new, maybe you'll identify them as this individual. And if you're completely single and have not met somebody yet, this is just like if you're trying to online date and you're not liking the messages that you're receiving, maybe you're just getting hit on by a bunch of skanks or a bunch of players or something, and you're like, I am so done with this. I am not making any moves. I'm not making any decisions. I'm not picking anybody. It's just all deception out there. I'm on a timeout. That could be. But, you know, keep your eye out for an individual who may embody these other qualities that we were talking about in the other person. These are very kind of complex readings. They have 3 or more possibilities depending on the situation that you're in, but I wanted to cover everybody from singles to couples, okay? So what do we have for our advice card? Well, if you're coupled, If we were talking to those coupled people taking a break, we have the reconciliation card. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So if you're coupled and you would like this to continue with this partner, this is just reconfirming for everybody that this temporary timeout is just that, guys. Okay, it's fucking temporary. So relax. You know, if you don't do timeouts, if you consider that a deal breaker because somebody's not going to stick it out with you, then okay, then this is not necessarily for you. Or you can say, hey, thanks for the heads up on the reading. That's not the energy that I want to move into. Thank you very much. And you can wash your hands of it. These are the potential energies surrounding the situation right now. It is not set in stone. Okay. So for those who are just chatting to somebody, perhaps you're chatting to somebody that you used to know. Okay, that you were separated from. They've been going through a lot in life and maybe they're kind of making their way back in, but they want to take it slow, and that's why we've got the Four of Wands, the timeout. Could very well be. Okay, so Taurus, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed having a love reading this time around. They've been getting really good responses so far, so I might continue with them. But yes, just thanks so much for checking me out. If you're new to my channel, hey, what's up? And if you're a returning subscriber, I love you guys. Very, very good to see you again and good to hear from you. As always, I read all the comments. I can't reply to every single one, but I read them. And again, my email is in the description box below. If you would like to hit me up for a private reading, email me anytime and we will set something up relatively soon. Usually I get you into my schedule within the week, okay? So I think that's it for now, you guys. I will see you again on July 1st. And until then, take very, very good care and be well. All right, Taurus, bye-bye.